What's poppin', man? It's your boy Big Sauce, ConcreteGeniusMedia.com, the one and only. And I got a special guest. Got one of my young boys on here. I watched grow up, watch a little seasoning. We're gonna talk a little bit about what it's like growing up in this era, some of the stuff he went through in school, some of the stock market stuff. He's a young brainiac now, crunching these numbers,
Yeah.
getting this money. Mike Bell Jr., what's happening?
What up, Mr. Lad? How you doing?
You good, man. Let's go. First of all, what you got going with the stocks right now?
I'm invested. I'm doing a lot of investments in this S&P 500 right now. A lot.
Okay.
And I'm
So explain to maybe the older cats so the people don't know, what's the S&P 500?
So the S&P 500 is the main sector for like all the top stocks. So all the like Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, all the top stocks, Tesla, they all connected in the S&P. So every
Okay.
major company that's in the S&P portfolio.
So are you trading now, right?
Yeah, I'm trading. Not at the moment, but yeah, I am trading.
So you trade on a daily basis?
Yeah, I do.
So let me get this right. Is most of this self-taught?
Yeah, it really is.
That's hard. That's hard.
It is.
So tell me how you first got started into the stocks.
Well, see, I seen my dude Julio. He started actually
Yeah.
He started buying stocks, and I seen him making like $50 to $40 every single day off of just buying stocks. So
Yeah.
I got interested in that because I like math, so charts is like really my thing. So I
Yeah.
drew a real interest for that, and then once I seen another way, so I found this way instead of actually buying stocks, you can bet on the stock going up or down. It's called options. So when I found that out, I was just like, oh yeah, this is something I could do because I could see myself betting on stocks going up or down because I like genuinely reading charts. Like I'm interested in it.
Yeah.
So when I found
Yeah.
out options, I seen how much the return, like basically when you invest, you can risk a little to make a lot. And that's what I liked about that. I didn't have to risk a whole bunch to actually make a whole bunch. I didn't have to wait a year to get my money. It's a day-to-day
Yeah.
basis. So that's exactly.
So what was the first time? How long was you in it for you just finally was like, okay, this is some decent money. I can do this. How long did it take for you to kind of get a hang of it?
To get a hang of it, it took me all the way to now. So probably like a year and a couple months, honestly. But like when I first started seeing the money, probably like literally 2 weeks after. Like 2 weeks after I seen how much money I could make. So that's why I really draw me in because I made a lot of money in 2 weeks after.
Wow. That's brilliant, man. That's brilliant. And for the people who don't know, tell them how old you are.
I'm 19 years old.
19 years old. We're going to talk more about the stock market. I want to talk about your friendship, with JJ, obviously. I watched you grow up, man. I always believed in you. A lot of teachers didn't really understand your brilliance. A lot of people didn't understand it. You know what I mean? A lot of y'all, that whole crew, y'all were kind of too mature for your age. You know what I mean? So it was always good that I was in the community to be able to kind of be a voice for y'all. Am I kind of getting that right?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. So I seen a lot of teachers kind of tell y'all what y'all wouldn't be. So just kind of tell me growing up, like how did you and JJ get cool, or how did that friendship develop, and like how is that bond? How strong is that bond?
So when I ain't gonna lie, so I took it back. Like I think it was like preschool. I met JJ in preschool. I met JJ. Man, we all met in preschool. Me, JJ, and Kate and Dante. Man, when me and JJ met, man, it was like a bond that of no other. Like me and him just locked in, and we still locked in. Like we just had an interest in football. We always had an interest in other stuff. We were just different. Like a lot of the other people, like even now, like growing up, like throughout our whole life, we always been the same group. We never needed to be friends with nobody. We always had each other. Like most people now, from that age till now, they'll have different groups and dispatch and try and be in this group and that group. We just all stayed the same because we knew what we wanted.
Yeah.
We know what we wanted.
And I appreciate you always having us back, man. You know, I was always a dad throwing the birthday parties and shit, you know what I mean? Sleepovers, and y'all knew, you know, we was gonna eat good. I was gonna talk a little shit, but no, I always felt like I kind of, in a sense, protected y'all until y'all got y'all voice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because in the era y'all came in, y'all was kind of misunderstood. You know what I'm saying? So
especially with the Xbox and stuff. That
oh yeah,
man,
yeah. Now I like to feel like, you know, I was kind of ahead of my time because JJ, what, 5 or 6? And I put a full Xbox in the room. You remember? I gave him the whole system, set up, gaming chair. Because I was just like, I mean, I ain't tripping. Like, people be like, video games going to control your kid. I'm like, no, man, it's my kid. He going to be cool. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So all y'all bonded through that. And just to see y'all grow up to be young men is just something I'm excited to see, man. You know, so I do appreciate that. How hard was it coming up, you know, through the school system? I know you dealt with some stuff. Without naming names, talk about some of the stuff you dealt with, especially in middle school. It got a little challenging.
man. I dealt with a lot of basically like the teachers never took genuine time to actually put into this like into me. Like I was
Yeah,
always different. I wasn't like I didn't. It's not like I was necessarily bad. I didn't like certain structure. Like if you didn't give me genuine energy, I couldn't receive it and give you it back. So that's
yeah,
why I never really had. It was school was kind of challenging because I just seen that school wasn't like my route. Like
yeah, yeah,
I just seen a
yeah,
lot of the teachers like they're just there to get paid. They're not there to actually take an interest in actually
yeah,
seeing you trying to grow.
yeah,
So like I
yeah,
had a challenge with that. So like a lot of the some of the teachers that I had was genuine, but most of the teachers that I had wasn't. So I always had disagreements with them. Like I couldn't see myself around somebody that's not genuine. Like you don't want to see me
yeah,
win, you just doing it because you're getting paid.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
just I was cool off all that.
And a lot of my problem with that system was that they didn't, the same thing you said, they didn't get to know y'all. And then the one thing I feel like I always made my relationship great, just not only with JJ, but with other kids, is I always treated y'all with respect, even when y'all was 7 and 8. You know what I mean? Hey, don't do this, don't do this. But if I told you don't do something, I said, nah, you probably shouldn't do this because of this. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I always made eye contact with you. I never looked you off. You know, when we played football, I was just, and that's why so many of y'all now grew up, got so much respect for me, because it's like, I was just trying to show y'all respect. When y'all got to middle school, a lot of teachers, a lot of administrators, they tried to brush y'all to the side and label y'all. You know what I mean? So I
literally.
would just be in the office going to war because I'm like, no, I know these kids. You know what I mean? I know what they're about. And when you intimidate people, they try to brush you off and label you something negative. You know what I mean?
You're right.
Sometimes your intelligence intimidates them. You ask them a question, they get scared. So, you know, I'm glad you endured. You know, I'm glad all y'all made it out of there with diplomas. You know, it was so good to see y'all graduate because so many people said y'all couldn't make it. And now you had your own business, right?
Yeah, I got my own business. I
So
definitely.
let's tell the people what the business entails and how can you help them make money.
So my LLC, MJ's Financial Foundation, I'm getting it. It's a business in the making. So we just gonna speak it in existence because I got my LLC and all that, but the stuff that I'm putting in place, I'm gonna show people how to not be stuck in the rat race and
Mm-hmm.
make money from a day to day living. Because like I got it
Yeah,
to where my mindset is different. Like minimum wage is $10, and I know most people ain't working for $10, but minimum wage is $10. So if you find a product to sell to 10 different people and make $10 off 10 people in that day, that's $100. So
right,
like I want to show people that it's so many ways to make money. You just gotta stop putting it in their business and put it in your own business. You gotta put it
right.
in your own. The more you put in your own business, the more you gonna get out of it. That's like
That's
for
smart.
real.
Now, what inspired, before I ask more about the business, and of course, you know, I'm always here, whatever you need. I tell you that on the phone privately, but what inspired your hustle?
Uh, Honestly, what inspired my hustle is not wanting from like not really needing from nobody. Like I didn't want to like keep most college students, and I'm not gonna label it like that, but ooh,
You good.
most college students they when they go off to college, and it's not even just college students, it's just people in general, like they always feel like they need to ask their parents for something. I always was one that I never wanted to ask my parents for everything that I needed. So I wanted to go out and go get it myself, because I feel like the more we learn now, the more we learn how to handle it in the future. Because our parents ain't gonna always be around.
Yeah.
They not. So that's why I'm so big on honestly getting it myself, because it feel better. When you get it yourself, it feel better. When you lose it, when you lose something that's handed to you, you will never know how it felt because it was handed to you. Now, when you lose something that you went out and go got, then it's gonna actually, like, you gonna feel some type of way. You gonna feel it, and that's the thing. Most of the kids and most of the people my age need to experience losing what they actually worked for, so they can actually know what to not do next time. And that's all. Like, I believe in independence, and I don't believe in when you 18 and you go out to college, you ask your parents for everything. I don't believe in that. I feel like you need to learn and do it yourself, because it's just a bad way of thinking.
And I'm proud of you for doing it, because honestly, that frustration hits a lot of dudes when they turn 17, 18. Shit, it hit me 14, 15. I didn't have the channels or the access, and I probably was smart enough, but I took a different route. So I learned a lot of preventative maintenance for y'all. But I'm also a firm believer in understanding, like, don't get me wrong, college is cool if you know what you're doing and you know what you're going for.
Yeah.
And it ain't breaking you. But ain't nothing smarter than knowing how to hustle and get some money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
for real.
I ain't been to college. Like, I used to shovel snow 13, 14. I'd be hiding a meat roll in my room, $300-$400. People didn't even know it. You know what I mean? Like, if you know how to organize and get some money, that's better than a college degree. You know what I'm saying? Like,
literally.
Yeah, like, even living now, like, me and my wife, we don't really trip on the formal education. We more on applicable education, like what makes sense, numbers, how we gonna get this bread, how we gonna apply and provide for our kids. So I'm glad you've seen that path. Now, I think college can be used, because I've took communication classes and stuff like that in college. So I think college can be used to get what you need, but you just can't be a slave to it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I think a lot of the problems y'all had with them teachers is a lot of them think because they've read some out of textbook, they still don't know how to relate to people.
They don't.
You see what I'm saying?
They don't.
And that's the skill. Like, people skills, knowing, like, that's what make you a good coach or a good teacher. Every kid got different needs.
That's exactly why I study psychology, because, like, every person is different. Everybody's different. You got to know how to approach every single person. You got to know how every person does not think the same. And that's why I'm big on studying psychology, because I feel like that's the best study. Like, and they don't even teach us that. Like, they don't teach us how to control, like, understand our emotions and understand our feelings and stuff like that. And in reality, we really do need to understand that, because a lot of people feel like, and I know this is like kind of off topic, but a lot of people feel like depression and stuff like that is real, when it's just like a pinch. Like, it comes and goes. It's a feeling. And, like, we never got taught stuff like that. And it's just, it's sad. It's really just sad.
A lot of people buy into it instead of fighting to get out of it. You know what I mean?
Literally.
Yeah. I get that feeling, but I stop eating meat, or I start running, or I do something to get my mind and my brain engaged so that feeling don't stay with me. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing. You'll do that, and other people feel like they need pills. Like, it's such a it's just such a different type of way of thinking. Like, I don't know why people feel like they need to feed somebody. Me, for prime example, they said I had depression, or I was diagnosed with depression, but it's not like it's a mental illness. Like, something like dementia and something that stick to you is a mental.
Yeah. And a lot of times, right, honestly, they don't even know. A dude might just be having a bad day at the crib. Like, that was my problem growing up. Like, I had a lot of shit going on I couldn't tell people about. And they just thought I was angry, or thought I was class clown, because nobody really took the time to figure out why. So I just stayed in that box. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Y'all, another thing about y'all is I had to fight for so many of y'all. Y'all was a group of kids. As soon as a person couldn't understand you, they tried to put y'all on some fucking pills.
Every time.
You know what I'm saying?
Every time.
I'm like, These is regular alpha male little black kids, but since y'all weren't passive or y'all didn't, I remember JJ was at, I think Fox Hill something maybe one of them schools, I think it was one of them Pike schools. But anyway, the teacher was like, we may want to look at medication. I'm like, fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean? She like, cause all he does at recess is play. I'm like, are you retarded? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why it's called recess.
Literally.
So I knew strategically they wanted to control like kind of hyper aggressive young black males and tell y'all what y'all should be. So I just always fought for that. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just too many squares around. You know what I mean? Trying to wreck y'all.
Way too many. It's society now. It ain't even. It used to be fun. Now society, they feeding into that. They make it like it's normal for you to take pills or you need help for depression and it all just. It's just ignorance, really.
Yeah, it's just a money scheme to play with your brain, and it's also a scheme to control your thought process.
Yeah,
the freedom of your thought process.
They minimize our thought process to where we not even open minded. Like they stick us to this one minded. Like they put us in this one minded place, and it's hard for us to get out of it because that's all we see, or that's all we believe, or that's all we was shown. And it's just and that's why I just want to I want to serve my purpose and show the people around me that it's way more than just that.
Yeah. And that's why I like y'all little crew too, man, because even at a young age, y'all was never like, y'all always had y'all own trends. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just me. Y'all say, like, nah, y'all always, like, and then y'all get haircuts. Every kid in Pike Township would get their haircut. Yeah, I remember now. So,
man,
y'all said a lot of
a lot of trends.
So, I knew growing up that none of y'all was going to be followers. You know what I mean? That's the thing. That's the biggest thing I take from JJ more so than his basketball, his intelligence. Just the fact I know he ain't going to let nobody tell him no goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't trying to be down. His boys is his boys. And I think if you stay on that path, bro, you're going to be good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be good. So as the business comes, right?
Yeah.
If a person is a layman and they don't understand the stocks and they say, okay, Michael, I want to get to know more. I want to support your business. How can I support your business? And how would that help me as a consumer? You know what I mean?
So if you honestly, I feel like, let me see. All I say is you should really pay attention to more detail. Like if you wanted to get into stocks and you wanted me to help you show you how to do stocks, you have to pay attention. You have to stop the little habits that you do outside your life because actually applying yourself to a chart is the hardest thing you can do. It's just like, it's really like a 9 to 5, but you don't have to be at that 9 to 5 if you don't want to. But if you want to make money, you need to be. So like the more you pay attention, the more you cut out the habits that you do in your real life, that'll prepare you for stocks because stocks is 80% psychological stuff and 20% charts. So if you don't have the psychological stuff behind it, honestly, you won't grow. And that's why I had to cut out a lot of habits that I did outside of like stocks to actually grow into stocks. If you see what I'm saying, like I had to wake up, I had to build my schedule. Wake up at 6 o'clock every day. Go to the gym every day. It's like the little stuff that'll better me as a person. It'll grow me on the chart too, because it's all a mental game.
Yeah, I like that. I want you to, because I look at that as becoming the essence of a man. Like it's all about discipline, getting the same routine every day.
And devotion.
I still get up every morning, 5 in the morning, work out. Yeah. So let's talk about some of them psychological details. Elaborate on some of the stuff, without fucking nothing. Incriminating no stupid shit, nothing like that. But talk about some of the stuff you had to let go to get to where you are now.
Honestly, I had to let go of greediness because a lot of times, especially where I'm applied to stocks, like a lot of times you'll see a lot of money, right? And then you'll be like, okay, I can get more. Like I had to stop being greedy because every time I got greedy, I lost. And that just applies in life. Like if you apply like just being a good person, when you be a good person, good things happen to good people. it's just it's all play effect. Like I apply myself to like the natural rules of the earth. Like I don't go by any policies, no what they say on TikTok or what they say on the internet. I apply myself to what actually happens. Good things happen to good people, and if you do stuff to put yourself in a position to grow, you're gonna grow. So you have to cut out. Like I had to cut out. Honestly, I had to cut out a lot of the negative around me. I had to cut out seeing like a lot of what the stock people say, because I hop on YouTube, I see what the stock people say. Like I see what some of they say. I had to cut all that. I had to do my own due diligence, because at the end of the day, nobody will help you grow but yourself. Nobody can tell you what to get into but yourself. So I just really had to cut out all that and really just grow. I had to start reading. I had to start meditating. I had to start praying. Because that's the thing, like the more time I put into God, the more time He put into me.
That's real.
And it's just a lot of the little stuff that we gotta do to just grow. Because if we keep doing the same stuff every single day, we're gonna go insane. That's the definition of insanity. So like you gotta get out that habit and you gotta become open-minded. You gotta be more open-minded with other stuff, because you can't just stick to your beliefs, because one time it'll be an opportunity and if you close-minded about it, you can miss out.
Yeah.
So you just got to be open-minded, for real.
I agree with you. Like I've always done things to re-energize my discipline. Like 3 years ago, I went vegan, you know what I mean? Or I stopped drinking coffee, or I stopped smoking weed. Like I stopped doing something, you know what I'm saying? Just to show, my discipline. Like I get up every day with JJ. We go to the gym every day. Like I do stuff to keep myself as a man in that leadership role.
Yeah.
Just always making a brand new me, like shedding dead skin. That's all it is.
Literally, that's exactly.
You know what I mean? You got to push yourself. Yeah, you got to push yourself. So give me a lightweight courtesy stock tip for the layman's. Like what's something somebody saying, okay, I'm gonna get into it, Mike. I got $100, man. I'm 17 years old. I work at Kroger's. I want to take $100 and I want to slow walk this $100 and try to make me 125. What would you tell that person?
Get into crypto. I mean, and not even with, because I mean with stocks. I mean stocks is good, but like if you want to make a passive $25, a passive $25 a day, or you grow, just passive $25 a day, get into crypto. I feel like crypto is way better than stocks. It's more volatile to where you can actually invest your money. So, but a lot of people think crypto is a scam, and it just did its little pump. They pushed it to where it pumped up, and then it just crashed back down. But it's finna do the same thing. So I would say invest in crypto, invest in Bitcoin, Ethereum, because all that stuff is gonna give you a guaranteed rate of return over time.
So even if you put some money in Ethereum, I gotta check my Robinhood while you're talking. But hey, so look, even if Bitcoin, if you see it low, trust it and know that they're gonna bump it back up eventually.
They will, because Bitcoin will back up our current. So they're gonna have it to where Bitcoin and gold is backing up our dollar. So it can make our dollar strong, because at a point in time, just a couple months ago, our dollar was super weak. Like they were trying to kill our dollar. So like Bitcoin and our minerals, like could start collecting gold, silver, everything, because all that stuff play a part in what's going to happen. A lot of that stuff's going to back up our actual currency. So that's why I say invest in Bitcoin, because that's all digital. People use Bitcoin to send millions of dollars every single day. That's going to be our new currency in the future. So that's why I say invest in Bitcoin and minerals, gold, silver.
And the closer we get to that process, the more expensive it's going to be. So you need to get in now.
Yeah, for a fact. I mean, I feel like this is just how it was when Bitcoin was at 10,000 a couple years ago, and it pumped up to 70,000. It just repeats itself. But everybody feel like it's a scam because it didn't keep going up. But that's the thing. Why would something keep going up? They don't want everybody to make money. They're not gonna give everybody to make money, but they want the people that's gonna be patient to invest their money, and over time it's gonna grow.
Yeah, that's a good point. So before I leave the digital currency world, so you dabble in both, obviously. You do the S&P and you do the crypto. Is that how you kind of divide your time?
I am slowly getting into crypto. I'm more into the options, betting up and down. But when I get a decent amount saved, I'm gonna throw it in crypto for a fact. I really want. I
Yeah.
should do it now because it's pumping up now, but I'm gonna definitely invest in crypto.
So when you say you got greedy, what you do? You hit a lick and kind of got the Russian. Tried to flip it too hard.
Man, and when I can explain it, I can definitely, man. Yeah, you'll see it, like you'll have a taste. Like when you see $1,000 in a day off a play, and then you feel like this play can get more, then that's when you let greediness come in. Because if you didn't just pull out that 1,000 right then and there, then it 9 times out of 10 is gonna shoot right back down. So you'll lose that. Like every time I done seen $1,000 profits and I didn't take it out instantly, and then it shot right back down. So like that's what I mean by greediness. Or yeah, like actually I done won a lot and then started investing more than I actually was at first, and then I started losing what I actually initially invested because I thought it was easy. That greediness is it'll kill somebody for real.
Yeah, you sound like me on DraftKings. But yeah. So if say now I want to, this is for my mature crowd, somebody in their 30s, their 40s.
Yeah.
And they like, you know what? This is a young brother. I trust him. You know, once he get his business straight. Say somebody, they say they got 5K and they want to slow walk, you know, in the S&Ps, and they want to make slow money that's gonna make sure they bottom out. Could you take somebody's money safely and allow them to kind of make some money, put in the right stuff that's going to grow properly, the major stuff? You can advise people on stuff like that.
I feel like I can later down the line. I feel like I can in reality later down the line. I feel like I can when I get more into my long-term investing, but I don't want to tell somebody get into something where I don't feel comfortable getting in yet. Cause I'm not fully invested in stocks yet because I feel like it's too much going on in our economy right now. So like I honestly can't sit here and tell you that if you put this money in, then you'll be good because it don't even work like it don't.
Well, I'm gonna give you some advice. Never like promise nobody nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you can't only promise them what you can control.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then you document it so that way, whatever it goes, you know, you protect it. And I think you're in a good space because, like, the way society's moving, certifications are kind of losing weight to intelligence. You know what I mean? Like me, I interview like people get on ESPN or whatever, and I don't have no degree in communications, but I can get interviews people can't. You know what I mean? So just like podcasting space, business space, outside of stuff like hair and stuff like that. Now, stocks, I don't want to get you in no trouble. I don't know how much you can tell people, but I do know that you're in a space in the Black community where people will maybe trust you more than they would going to Zionsville, giving their money to somebody they don't understand.
Yeah,
you know
I feel
you. You can break it down in words. Even for me, in our conversations, you've made it more comfortable with me. Every time I've sat down with brokers and investors, I'm like, nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you ain't made no money off this shit, bro. You reading out a book. You know what I mean? So for you to kind of be self-taught, I think you got a lane, man. You just slow walk it, you know, and go where you want to go, man. So let me, I know you're in constant contact with my boy. So what's next? Can you give them your email too, just in case anybody got questions, man? I always allow people to promote themselves.
All right, my email is Mike Bell Stocks. So MikeBellStocks and then 222@gmail.com.
Okay. Now, when do you plan on launching the business formally? What you looking like? Probably about the summer or something?
Honestly, before the summer, way before the summer, I'm looking into making a YouTube. Honestly, So probably before March, I'm gonna buy this new laptop, and once I buy this new laptop, I'm gonna start uploading YouTube videos and showing people how, basically recording my journey while showing people the journey, so they can hop on the journey with stocks. And that's why I feel like, and once I feel like I do that, I feel like that's when my business will officially start to grow, because like that's the biggest step. I need to keep recording my journey so I can learn off my mistakes. The more I record my journey, the more people see my journey, the more people gonna want to be along. So like after I start that YouTube, I feel like a lot of stuff will fall in place with that business for a fact.
Yeah, and obviously I root for you, man. And it's probably a kid somewhere in Pike right now, probably going through the same thing, disciplinary problems, probably a little frustrated. People probably see him as quirky, like I was always smarter than what I should have been. So people didn't know how to understand it. Like I had teachers call me everything. I answer the question before they could, and they'd be like, "You being weird?" I'm like, "I'm not weird. I'm smart."
Literally.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, don't play with me.
And
You know
they'll
what I'm
try.
saying? Like my mom didn't allow you. Yeah, they'll try to play you. But obviously, your mama from Gary, she ain't going. You know what I mean? Nah, she was.
She definitely not going. You know how they get.
She's not going. But to that kid that's frustrated, 7th, 8th grade, kind of in that spot where maybe his parents don't know that this school system's some bullshit yet, he kind of getting in trouble. What do you say to that kid right now that you're 5 or 6 years away from that?
Honestly.
How does he get through that deal with this shit?
Honestly, you got to start doing stuff for yourself. You really just got to, if your parents ain't going to listen to you, if you feel like the school system ain't it, I feel like when you just really got to start doing stuff to grow your mind. So you really got to start actually like doing activities and like, and for instance, I should have started writing and reading, like getting in the habit of actually growing my mind, because like nobody understands how you feeling but you. So the more you understand how to understand your emotions, the more you can understand how to control it in certain situations where you feel like your emotions ain't like listen to it. I mean, heard it. Yeah. My bad, not listen to. But like, you honestly just need to just continue to trust the process and don't let nobody put you down, because I done been in situations where I feel like a lot of people like lost hope in me and stuff like that. But you can't let nobody dictate your life. The only person that judges your life and the only person that runs your life is God. And that's when I realized, and that was my first tattoo. Only God can judge me. Nobody else can judge me. Only God can. And once I realized that, nothing else stopped me. Nothing else affected me. Like I got very humble in a way to where I realized that none of this materialistic stuff matters. No friends matter. No teacher, no money. It's just your happiness. And if you happy with yourself, that's the best you could be. And once I found that I was happy with myself, I couldn't be more grateful, because at a point of time when I was that young and I was going through problems and stuff like that, I didn't love myself. If I'm being honest, like not on no sappy, none of that. Like I honestly didn't love myself.
Yeah, I got you.
Because I feel like a lot of people didn't love me. So I didn't have a love for myself because I feel like I was just here. But you got to love yourself.
That should make you angry, bro.
It most it will. Trust me. It'll have you sitting there depressed, like, or feeling depressed, not depressed, feeling depressed. And that's the thing. Like, you just got to love yourself. Know that your purpose, you have a purpose, because everybody has a purpose. But a lot of these people feel like their purpose is what everybody else is doing. Be different. Just be different. That's it.
Yeah. Nah, that's real shit. Now, before I let you go, I want to ask, man, this is important. I thought about this a lot. Do you feel like a lot of people try to crush our self-esteem growing up?
For a fact.
So are we talking, what are we talking? Principals, teachers, all above?
Honestly, it was certain principals. It was mainly teachers. Mainly teachers, because the teachers felt like they had more authority than the principals because there was a teacher. So honestly, it was more teachers than anything.
So, I mean, I've had talks with your mom, and it was, those teachers literally would say you wasn't going to make it.
The superintendent. She said, the old Pike? Superintendent of Pike literally wrote my mom an email. And I can honestly say this, and it might seem like it's embarrassing, but she said, I feel like Michael is specially challenged and he will not make it throughout high school. And when she said that,
that was the Dr. Flora lady,
and she got sued. She got sued after that. After she said all that, she got sued. And like that was like when my mama told me, like, she said that, I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna show you. Like, I have no words for you, because most of the people that say stuff like that behind the email, they can't look you in your eyes. They'll never be able to look you in your eyes. So like a lot of these teachers, they fear the up and coming group because they know we're about to overturn them. Seriously though. So that's why I don't even. I don't let none of that stuff get to me. But yeah, it's done been a lot of teachers that done counted me out for sure. Even the superintendents, principals, yeah, for a fact.
Yeah, yeah. I've had several of my issues, playing with us, as far as on the basketball academic side and all that. Like, a lot of people try to control you when they can't control you. They label you belligerent, or they label you challenge, or they label you disrespectful, or whatever. And I'm always glad nobody could control you. No, I was always glad nobody could control y'all. So, I just want you to stay motivated, and I hate that you guys had to do that. When did this start? Like middle school, elementary school?
When I got into middle school and elementary school was cool. Like I was, of course, I was getting in trouble in elementary school, but it was not as challenging as middle school. Middle school, they wanted me out. Like I was getting targeted. Like when I tell you my whole middle school, when I think it was only first semester like of 6th grade. After that, I was not in school. I was never in school. You can ask everybody. I was out of school until like my end of 8th grade year. Like I did not have no full middle school. I didn't have a full high school. It's really, it just started from really middle school though.
Yeah, I remember that. Well, they can all eat rotten coleslaw now because we're gonna get this money.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
Like, yeah, we're gonna get this money, man. And I'm gonna help you anything I can, with the website. All y'all, man. Caden, I treat all y'all like my son, you know what I mean? Like, I know how y'all rock with him. I know y'all got his back, you know what I mean? Even long, I might not even be here. I know y'all got his back. So I'm gonna do the same for y'all, you know what I mean? So we're gonna get this up, and then I'm gonna get you on probably within a month or so, once a month. We're gonna talk about how it's growing. We're gonna talk about the stocks. We're gonna get that YouTube channel up and rolling, and then we're gonna get this independent.
We definitely will.
Like
we definitely will.
Yeah. All right, little Mike, man. Y'all shout out concretegeniusmedia.com. We'll see y'all soon.
Appreciate it.
JJ,
right,
check it out. Yeah.
Peace.